Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at Memory of Felwinter on a Defender Titan, and we're going to figure out if it will be useful or not. Now, let's get right into it. If you didn't know already, Memory of Felwinter will grant you 1 extra grenade and melee charge at the price of your super. You no longer have a super with this. So I always recommend 100% discipline and 100% strength if you are running Felwinter, no matter the subclass. Now, let's take a look at the Defender subclass and figure out what's really important here. So in the column all the way to the right, let's start. The only choice really here is Iron Harvest, but I don't run that. This would be decent for PvE, but I do not recommend running Memory of Felwinter on a Defender subclass in PvE. Word of Dawn is just way too important, kind of like Shadow Shot is for the Night Stalker. Very vital to your team, for you and your team, so I wouldn't recommend it in PvE. So this video is mainly going to revolve around PvP with Felwinter and the Defender subclass. So this would be the only choice since Untouchable and Illuminated deal with Word of Dawn, but I actually run Untouchable because it does give you a little extra armor, as you could see. So we're going to move on. Now we have Bastion, increase the duration of Word of Dawn. Relentless is Force Barrier, and Gift of the Void, which is also Ward of Dawn. We don't need either Bastion or Gift of the Void, so Relentless is the only choice and the obvious choice, and you get extra strength and duration on your Force Barrier, and you will have 2 of those, so that sounds pretty damn good to me. Moving on to our melees. Now, I would personally recommend War Machine or Unbreakable. I use Unbreakable for the build I use. Gift of Light is really good for PvE, but once again, this video is going to be based around PvP because I just really would not recommend it, at least for higher level activities. So we're going to move on to our grenades. This is really just personal preference. 2 magnetic grenades is always nice. 2 stickies, that's what I run with my personal build. Spike grenades, if you place them correctly, can be pretty damn good, and suppressor grenades they can be nasty to the enemy team and a complete nuisance if you could also place those correctly and at the right time while enemies activate their supers and whatnot. These can be so disgusting to use, and especially having 2 of them. So that's it for the subclass. Let's move on to the exotic armor, and let's cancel out any exotic armor that we do not need now and see what we're left with. So Helm of Saint 14 is for Ward of Dawn, don't need that. Helm of Inmost Light is for Striker. Fist of Havoc, don't need that. Insurmountable Skull Fort is for an additional melee charge. We already have an additional melee charge due to Memory of Felwinter. Glass House is for Ward of Dawn. Eternal Warrior is for Fist of Havoc. Imperium Bellicose can be an option here, of course, depending on your playstyle. TeknoAxe, once again, this is going to be revolved around PvP, so I really don't think this would be necessary. We're going to pass on the TeknoAxe. Crest of Alpha Lupi, we're going to pass on that. Armamentarium, extra grenade charge, don't need that. Twilight Garrison is always a good choice, so there's that. No backup plans. This is when we're really getting into it. Shotgun kills trigger Force Barrier, and Force Barrier's duration is increased. And remember, we're going to have 2 of those Force Barriers, so this is going to be nasty. So this is actually what I use, but we're going to keep moving on and figure out what other armors can be possible. So Ruin Wings, nope. I'm going to pass. ACD feedback fences can work. Immolation Fist is for Sunbreaker. Phagomizers we don't need. MK44 Stanicides and Peregrine Greaves are for shoulder charge, and Dune Marchers could also work. So our only options here really, Imperium Bellicose, Twilight Garrison, no backup plans, ACD feedback fence, and Dune Marchers. I think no backup plans are the most efficient choice on a Memory of Felwinter Defender Titan, but of course, go with whatever suits your playstyle. If you like the whole aiming in the air thing, you could go with Imperium Bellicose. If you like the evading with Twilight Garrison, run that. Just run whatever you feel is best for you. But when I use Memory of Felwinter, I like to get the best use out of it and the most out of it, so I'm going to run no backup plans here. Alright, so back to the main question. Is Memory of Felwinter useful on a Defender subclass? Well, we already know in PvE it's probably not the best choice, especially for higher level activities. If you're just messing around in patrol or something and you want 2 melees and 2 grenades there, I guess it's really not a big deal when it comes to that. But however, when it comes to raids, Nightfalls, higher level PvE activities, even like heroic strikes, you're going to want that Word of Dawn. No questions asked. You'll be quite silly if you didn't run Ward of Dawn and you had Memory of Felwinter in those activities, and people would probably look at you funny. So you're going to want to make sure you run Ward of Dawn. You're going to want to drop those orbs for your teammates. You're going to want your bubble for either protection or extra damage. It's just way too important, not only for you, but your whole fire team. Alright, that's how I feel about PvE. Now let's talk a little bit about how I feel with PvP. Yes, I do agree Ward of Dawn can be game changing in a Crucible match. Whether you save it for a heavy, whether you put it on a zone and control or something, it can be very important. And you could also give your entire team 2 orbs right off the bat, and even 3 if you're running Crest of Alpha Loopy. So I do admit Ward of Dawn does have a lot of potential in the Crucible, but unlike higher level PvE activities, I feel like you can live without it in PvP. It's definitely going to make you a little more selfish, and your teammates may question you and wonder why the Defender Titan on their team isn't popping his bubble, and then they're going to realize, oh, he's running Memory of Felwinter. What a douche! Although you're not going to be providing Ward of Dawn, orbs, weapons, blessings, armor, etc. for your team, you can produce a lot of kills, especially if you're using the build I'm using here in a Supremacy match, or it doesn't even have to be Supremacy. It could be like any match, any 6s. This build is absolutely amazing. I'm using Universal Remote with no backup plans, 100% Discipline, and 100% Strength. It works so very well together. I pretty much had a Force Barrier up at every encounter, as well as a grenade, even though I'm terrible at sticking people. Magnetic grenades were the grenades of my choice because I feel like it does work well. If somebody's just out of shotgun range or something, you can just stick them with a magnetic. I like to call this build the Ultimate Shotgun Warrior. I do have a video dedicated to this build, so if you are interested in seeing that, I will annotate it and put a link in the description. And as long as you know how to manipulate your space and Shotgun Warrior decently well, you should be fine with this. You can get a lot of kills potentially. You could also die a lot, be prepared for that, but with this build, just be prepared to get a lot of kills if you are semi-decent at shotgunning. It's just pretty silly how often you can get an overshield by getting shotgun kills. But remember guys, this is just my Memory of Felwinter Defender Titan build. You can go with whatever you want. Like I said, I think this is the most efficient build, and it goes very well with Memory of Felwinter. So this is what I would personally recommend, and it's a whole lot of fun to use. At least in my opinion, there is no doubt about that. So back to the main question again. Is Memory of Felwinter useful on a Defender Titan? Not worth it in PvE, and in PvP you could definitely make some use out of it and have some fun with it. Of course, coming with a price of not having your super, but still you can get potentially a lot of kills. Like, this build is insane, seriously. But yeah guys, I will be covering every single subclass with Memory of Felwinter. We're going to go into detail with all of them. I did the Sun Singer, I did Night Stalker, and I just did Defender. So we still have, what, 6 more to go? So leave in the comments, guys. Let me know what subclass you would like to see next. I would like to do a Warlock subclass next, either Voidwalker or Stormcaller. Leave in the comments. Let me know which one of those you would like to see next, guys. And also let me know if I missed something with the Memory of Felwinter Defender build. Is there a build you use with Memory of Felwinter that I may have missed? Just let me know. That's pretty much going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and leave us up if you haven't already if you want to see more Destiny content, because I will be bringing it to you guys on the daily. Anyway, I will see you next time.